Ever since the start of my channel, I've always had music intertwined into my content. Whether that is the many montages I've made, the many live streams I've done, the YouTube shorts I've created, my normal content, and also, obviously, the album reviews I've made. Music has always played a huge role in my life, and for that, I wanted to represent that into my content on this channel. One of my biggest goals for 2026 is to listen to 365 albums. Obviously, that boils down to one album a day. What my plan is to do one video per month updating where I'm at, what albums I've listened to, my top 10 best that I think personally out of that month's selection, and then the albums that disappointed me. The purpose for this goal even being created in the first place is I want to broaden my music taste. I want to go into genres and artists that I really wouldn't look through their catalog and look for their best album. With that being said, let's get into what kind of album I have selected. Throughout this whole month, I've gone with many different styles, genres, and artists. Some albums I've done is like Drake's Thank Me Later, one of Adele's albums, Fearless by Taylor Swift, the Jonas Brothers, Godsmack, From Ashes to New, Breaking Benjamin, and albums like Lit, A Place in the Sun, Matt Nathanson's Beneath the Fireworks, Don Henley's compilation album. Just in general, many different pieces of art in music. With that being said, let's move on to the top 10 because that's going to be probably the most interesting part of this. So how I have it structured is obviously my top 5 is my top 5, but 6 through 10 is going to be, they can be changed, moved wherever, but that's where I think this is my top 10 albums out of this whole month. Not saying that others were bad. There is a couple that did disappoint me, and I'll get into that next. But mostly, these albums are the ones I keep coming back to. I had the most hits off that one. So the album I have at number 10 is Olivia Rodrigo's Guts.
Now.
Number 9 is Sleep Theory's Afterglow. Number 8, I've got Justin Bieber's album Purpose.
First you wanna go to the left, then you wanna turn right. Wanna argue all day, making love all.
Number 7, I have Drake's Thank Me Later.
Really one of my dumbest flows ever. I haven't slept in days, and me and my latest girl agreed to go our separate ways.
Number 6, I've got Taylor Swift's album Fearless. That is album 6 through 10. Coming in at number 5 is Lit, A Place in the Sun. Number 4 is Godsmack's self-titled album, Godsmack. Number 3 is the Jonas Brothers album called The Album. Now, a top 2 are the 2 I've listened to the most, the 2 that I think are just the best albums. I think the album cover is amazing. I think a majority of the songs on these are either perfection or close to perfection. I think just in general, I had the best time listening to these 2 albums. Number 2 is a not so well-known artist. His name is Matt Nathanson, and he has this album Beneath the Fireworks.
Getting to like this, 'cause all I wanna be is the minute that you hold me in.
Now with Matt Nathanson, I never personally heard of him. How I discovered this album was on Spotify, and they do a Discover Weekly where they give you 30 songs that are randomized and that you might or might not like. And you can scroll just like on TikTok or any short form content. And as I was scrolling, I found the song Suspended, which is my favorite song off this album. Ever since I heard that song, I just really thought, I'm like, this dude has a really good voice. I wonder what that album sounds like. So it came in at number 2. I think every song on this album is really good. But bottom line, this album is just amazing and honestly deserves number 2 and would have been number 1 if the GOAT himself was not involved in this. Number 1 is the King of Pop, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
They say why? Tell them that it's human nature.
This is the album I came back to the most. The generational run on this album, to me, starts at The Girl Is Mine, featuring Paul McCartney of the Beatles, then Thriller, then Billie Jean, then Beat It, then Human Nature, then PYT. Every single one of those were a 10 out of 10. Now to get into albums that really disappointed me. And these are not in any particular order. This is 3 albums that I just really felt weren't there for me. Like I had them placed here because I'm like, ooh, I know that person or I know that band and I know that they do good. And then as I started listening to the album, I slowly went from where I was here and I'm like, oh, well, it's not that, what's going on? Number 3 is called The Madding Crowd by the band 9 Days.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looked so sad.
Now this band created the song Absolutely, Story of a Girl. I really like that song. I think it's amazing. So I'm like, okay, well if they came out with that hit, I know they're a sleeper band, so they don't have many hits. Let's see how this album goes. Now, the beginning of it was great. I found a lot of good hits on it. However, midway through, they switched the main singer. Now, I don't know if they actually for real switched him, but the voice is different. So I believe they swapped the singer for a couple tracks. And to me, that destroyed my enjoyment of the album. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, it wouldn't have been wrong if it would have started on the first song and gone down, but it was just randomly in the middle there. And I of course never found into why. The next album that I really think was just a really disappointment to me, which is number 2, Yeezus by Kanye West.
For my theme song, my leather black jeans on.
Now of course, if you're a longtime fan to this channel, of course you know I'm a huge Kanye West fan. I think he's a great artist, I really do. I think he's honestly the GOAT. I think he's up there in the top 3, and trust me, he's not 3 or 2. But with this album, people talk about it like it is the best album he has in his catalog. It is not. I think Yeezus is great. I really like the song Black Skinhead. I like Bound 2. I think it gets annoying. Blood on the Leaves, Hold My Liquor. Those are some decent songs, but to me, the album is just really overrated. Personally, I think that Kanye's best albums are Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks. I think Donda's up there. I think The College Dropout's up there. But to me, I never really think of Yeezus as in his greatest albums of all time. With that, moving to my number 1 album that really disappointed me was by the band Third Eye Blind, their self-titled album.
You give them the gangsta place to say, I want something else to get me through this.
Now, Third Eye Blind, they're another one of those early 2000s, 90s, 2000s era bands, like Blink-182, Sum 41. They're right there with them. Of course, you got the big hits like Semi-Charmed, Kinda Life, Never Let You Go, Jumper. Those are great songs. So of course I put this album on, and I was playing Spider-Man 2, live streaming it, and listening to it too. Like I was giving it my full attention and also live streaming. And to me, every song just ran together. There wasn't no really, besides of course Semi-Charmed and Jumper, those were really the only 2 standouts. The rest are just kind of jibber jabberish, and I don't personally enjoy it. To me, why I have so much beef with this one album is because I put them up here. I'm like, they sound this good, well they can't drop. And then I started seeing them drop. I was like, okay. Now, can I say it got a bad score? No. I think the lowest I even rated an album during this month was like a 70%. All in all, these 3 albums were just really disappointing to me. So for me, the month of January was a great month for music for me. I think there's a ton of albums I never would have listened to on here. And I think I discovered a lot of good and new music on here. I'm looking forward to the rest of the months, and I will update you guys on this, and you guys will get to follow my journey. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
6'9", that boy rap, flexing hard, don't know how to act. Know you getting money up on crack.